I can't hear you. Amen. I can't even hear. Ugh, I can't even hear what she's saying. I can't hear you guys. Yeah, I can't hear you. I can't hear anyone. Hello? Hello? I can't hear anyone. It's dead silence. I can't hear you guys. Hello? I can't hear you. I can't hear you. No sound. Yeah. There's no sound. I can't hear you. Ugh. I can't hear. I can't hear you. There's no sound. No sound. I have no sound. Oh, this is gonna be a disaster. I have no sound. I have no sound. I have no sound. I have no sound. Yeah.
Hey, 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 how's everybody? I am so sorry. We are having some technical difficulties with Keisha. I know that lady on the avatar there does not look like me, but that is Keisha Green, and she will be right back. She's going to connect through her laptop. Okay, so thank you so much for that information. Now that I have that, KK, I will be right on it. We are not going to have any lies spread, and we also are not going to have any any we're not going to have any bash talk. So I've made that decision. um you guys, we're glowers here, right? So we need to really be conducting ourselves as such. I want to make sure that okay, so Vida Boogie, I think I saw you this morning in another on another panel, and you were saying that's the reason why we shouldn't have YouTube relationships. I'd love to hear more of that. Okay, so great. Miss Keisha Green is back, and I'm going to put her up here. I'm going to switch my avatar out, and we are going to get this conversation. Lost her again. We're going to get this conversation started, though. So we're talking about why are marriages failing? All right, so I went very public with something, and we weren't married, but definitely were, in an agreement of a relationship. And it's been buzzing, and I don't mind talking about it tonight. I don't want to impede on Keisha's time with her topic. As you all know, we're getting used to our glow in the darks on Thursday. Um, oh, thank you so much, KK. So I definitely I don't check other rooms. I still have yet to see any videos and any other of any other post. But y'all know I try to elevate very high. I try to keep it glowing. But we're gonna bring Keisha to the stage so I can switch out my avatar and we can stop having two Keishas in here. All right, without any further ado, here we go.
Hi, everyone.
Hey,
How are you?
Mish. Yes, isn't that funny? You're talking to you right now.
Yeah, right. I'll take it. It's fine. Sorry about
Right.
the technical
Okay.
difficulties, but
So I'm about to come on out, and you know what I do. This is your show, honey. But I did want to just so our guests tonight are very clear because as you know, we received a lot of traffic yesterday in the past 24 hours. I want to just make a public announcement. I would never want anyone that I cared about to be hurt.
no, not
I
at
would
all.
never want that. And from my understanding, is that some things that I have said, a lot of what I have said is being used to weaponize a campaign against him. Y'all, that is nothing that I ever would want. I definitely have a lot of love for him. I still do. Uh, it was very hard yesterday, rather, with going through the day without him. I mean, we literally talk every day, and to know that he was hurting, it really hurt me. It really hurt me. So I just want us to make sure that when I say that this space is for elevating conversation and for us to encourage and inspire and uplift one another, I definitely understand that this is not the only YouTube area that you're in. I understand that you may go visit other houses, so to speak, but I am not going to allow for someone that I care for very much and that I have a lot of love for to be bashed. That's not what
No,
that's not
not
what the
at
space
all.
is for. So
No, not at all.
thank you, Keisha. So with that being said, y'all, I'm jumping down into the chats. This is Keisha's time, and we're gonna get into it. All right. Oh, B Dub Boogie. B Dub Boogie, we gotta talk. All right, I'm coming on out. Thank you so much, Keisha Keys, for leading our Glow in the Dark Thursday series. Here we go.
It's a lot of things that we have to unpack in some of these marriages. Some of y'all may want to hear this. Some of y'all may not want to hear this. Some of y'all may want to unsubscribe but unclick now. That's fine too. But the biggest one, we marry for the wrong reasons. You marry somebody for the wrong reasons, how can you honestly expect the marriage to be a success? That's an oxymoron right there. But sadly, people think different. Some people don't think at all. So marrying for the wrong reasons. Now, this one, we lose ourselves in the marriage. If you're no good to you, what makes you think you're going to be any good to your mate, your children, or your spouse if you're losing yourself in the marriage? So what that means is, if you had hobbies, goals, dreams, ambitions before that marriage, you need to continue that before, during, and after that marriage. So if shit get rocky, you still got something to fall back on. You keep your same support network, same friends, same co-workers. You don't stop doing nothing. I don't care if you sold shells on the beach as a hobby. You better be the best shell seller on that beach and keep that hobby. That's the biggest one. We lose ourselves in these marriages. Stop doing everything we was doing when we met them. No, stop losing yourself in these marriages. That's why a lot of y'all unhappy. That's one y'all ain't gonna like. Yeah, I got a PowerPoint presentation. Extreme incompatibility. Now, I believe that success of any relationship boils down to one thing: the relentless decision to keep choosing each other every day, despite how I may feel about you or how you may feel about me. Sometimes you may like your wife, sometimes you may not, sometimes you may love her, but hey, that's what we do in marriage. Extreme incompatibility. Your biggest mistake, marrying somebody and expecting them to be perfect. That ain't gonna work. That's not realistic. Sometimes he may leave that toilet seat up and your ass may fall in. Hey, just remember, sometimes he leaves the toilet seat up and put that shit down. You be okay. You know how to wipe your behind off. You be okay, baby. You ain't gonna die. I don't know. This COVID, maybe I better not say that. Some of y'all suffer from lack of commitment. Studies show that the one main predator of divorce is lack of commitment. Yeah, the timing wasn't right. A lot of y'all married before y'all truly ready. Unplanned pregnancies, pressure from society. Don't nobody want to talk about that. Financial problems. Financial problems don't create materialistically. It creates emotional problems. Violence and abuse are prevalent in a lot of our marriages. You in their ability to attack disagreements. Now, conflict is normal in relationships. Sometimes we ain't gonna like each other. Sometimes we'll like each other. Sometimes we'll love each other. Now, marriage is made up of two individuals. It's not a single-minded organization. Married couples argue about things, from petty grievances to something really big. But what separates successful marriages from a doomed one is the ability to tackle these disagreements in a healthy and mature manner. That means do not go to Aunt Betty complaining about your spouse, and Aunt Betty ain't married and she ain't got no life, she ain't got no hobby, she ain't got no dreams, she ain't got no ambitions, but you're taking marriage and relationship advice from Aunt Betty. No, we're not doing that in 2020. You better go talk to a damn counselor, come talk to me. I'll bill you, or I'll bill your insurance. Some of y'all believe that marriage is a cure-all. Y'all need to stop that. Oftentimes, people make the leap to marriage without giving a great deal of thought about the person they'll be living with for the rest of their lives. Deciding who we marry is the most important decision that most people will ever make in their life. So you better do it right the first time. The next one. Y'all don't speak up in y'all marriage. Let me tell you something. It's not always good to go to bed angry. Sometimes it's best to speak up and get that off of you. as long as you express it in a loving and caring way. Because listen, marriage and life can be hard. If one person feels as though they're taking on too much of the burden, that's going to lead to a lot of discord, chaos, and dysfunction in your marriage and your relationship. Some of y'all ain't going to like this one. Friendships with the opposite sex, and y'all know y'all in these relationships and marriages. Listen, if y'all gonna be out here friends of the opposite sex, and they ain't got the decency to sit down with you and your spouse, or they ain't got shit going on in their life, them ain't your friends. Because let me tell you something, friends of the opposite sex ain't nothing but friends with benefits lying in wait, or a rebound relationship after y'all break up, lying in wait. Somebody ain't gonna like that one. I promise you. Somebody ain't gonna like that one. Now, Miss Keisha, men and women could be friends. Yeah, I tell you what. Are you talking to an adult man or a grown-ass little boy? Because a real grown-ass adult man is not gonna go for that shit because he knows the nature of men and women. We're gonna come back to that one later. Some of y'all ain't gonna like that one, I promise you. Trouble with the in-laws. Why do y'all let y'all in-laws hold so much weight in y'all marriage and relationship? Overbearing in-laws or something? But if your partner isn't prepared to deal with the relationship with their spouse once they have with their parents and kind of relationship they have, y'all relationship gonna have problems. Them in-laws. Y'all better stop letting y'all in-laws have so much rank in y'all marriage and relationships, especially if they're not in a healthy relationship of their own. Religious differences. Now, when couples are dating, religion is something that's not really brought up or talked about because sometimes it gets into arguments. It don't play a role in couples' daily lives, but however, once things become more serious, you need to find out what kind of religion that these people are practicing, because their religion requires you as a woman to be treated like a D-class citizen, or eating kids and drinking blood and eating poop, drinking piss and shit like that. You might want to steer clear of them, but that's a whole nother story. So religion is important. Y'all don't stay connected with your partners because life gets in the way of marriage very easily, from work to kids. Outside commitment can lead to a lot of disconnected married couples, especially in the earlier years. So y'all need to stay connected with each other. But y'all got to find out how staying connected works for y'all. Because what may work for you may not work for somebody else. Undiscussed debt. Did she say? Sometimes I'd rather be like getting looked at. Hold on. If it works, let me know. I might go over there with you. Undiscussed debt. Finances in general can be a source of headaches for marriages, whether it's in the first 5 years or the next 20. Undiscussed debt, differing plans. Just like anything in life, you want to keep your marriage or relationship from failing. So you better have a plan, and it better be one y'all both can agree on. It better, yeah. Sexual incompatibility. Sexual incompatibility. While most people think lack of sex is a quick road to divorce, a bad sex life can lead to even faster. So if y'all not sexually compatible, some of y'all might be getting divorced very quickly. Monotony, like you don't spice it up, you do the same things over and over again. Like some people like to eat the same food every day, some don't. It applies to marriage. A bored husband or a bored wife who might want change. Differing interests. For the first few years of marriage, most couples are happy to embrace their spouse's love of football, obsessions with different things, but over time, couples get hobby fatigue and want to do their own thing, and that's okay. For you to have separate interests from your mate. There's nothing wrong with that. Addiction. Now, long-term addiction can wear down even the strongest of relationships. Some of y'all might agree to this one. Bad choice of spouse. They say love conquers all unless you just were never in love at all. Maybe not. Growing apart. Sometimes a marriage fails simply because the couple grew apart and couldn't grow back together. So at that point, when y'all know y'all got them kind of problems going on, why not sit down with a life coach, a therapist, a mental health first aid, and try to mend that back together? Now, I'm not in agreement with divorce. I hope it's something that y'all can work through and there's no abuse or anything like that going on. Sometimes it requires you sit down with a professional. Y'all need to stop sitting down with y'all friends, y'all family members, y'all co-workers, the mailman, the paper boy, and all of them, because a lot of them is happy y'all got them problems. Sit down with paid professionals. Now, this one, change your values. Over time, one person in the marriage may change his or her values, ones that the other one counted on as the foundation in the marriage. A change in value, some feel their partner has totally, completely changed without repair. That's something y'all need to talk about. That's between you and your mate. Because again, everything may not work for you, may work for them. So y'all will do it for you. Loss of physical attraction. Let's face it, with time, our physical looks change. Sometimes it isn't for the better. Sometimes it could cause one partner to be physically attracted or unattracted to his or her mate. That's something you guys could be to work on together. That could be like a fitness goal or something like that. So I'm pretty flexible with that when it's it with me. If I were to get into a weight that was unhealthy and it was jeopardizing my health, that would be a fitness goal or something like that. But every couple and every marriage is different. You guys don't focus enough on your marriage. I mean, it's great to have hobbies, outside interests, ambitious career goals, but when those things take away from focusing on the relationship, the hobbies and interests could be one thing just to keep chipping away at the marriage. Another thing a lot of parents do, you focus too much on the kids. Now, nobody's saying don't love your children, but little ones can take a lot of time. But when it starts to feel like you're married to your kid and not your partner, that becomes a problem. It's a good sign you're focusing too much on the kid and not enough on your spouse. So have things like couples night out, couples night in, movie night. Be creative. Holding grudges. Now, married couples go through their rocky periods in which some forgiveness is needed on either side of the relationship, but one says they're forgiven when they really haven't. You bring it back up and you throw it in their face. So holding grudges, definitely. Family discord. It's not always the one that gets married that falls in love with the entire extended family, nor will they with you. So it'll be a family discord or a rift with the in-laws that can be a slow road to divorce. So this is why you have to set boundaries, standards, and deal breakers with family members, because if not, this is what will be happening. They'll have so much rank in your marriage or relationship, and it shouldn't be like that. Because your relationship or your marriage is between two people. This is why you don't tell them everything. This is why you talk about things between you and your spouse. Lack of trust. It's hard enough to build trust in a healthy relationship, but once that trust has been broken, it's very hard to get that back. And this one is the most important one. You don't have a knowledge of self. In order for a marriage to last, couples must be willing to grow together and change together. But if one spouse doesn't know his or herself, that's a problem, because it's like they're fighting with being the perfect mate for you, but trying to find themselves. So that's not a good place to be. Losing faith in your spouse. Now, over time, a spouse has seen their partner make the same mistakes over and over again. and they might lose faith in their ability to better themselves. And that can lead to wanting out. So that faith has to be healthy. Like you have to have some form of foundation. Your partner's lack of flexibility, not that kind of flexibility. When one or both partners in the marriage are rigid in their goals, expectations, and plans, that inflexibility can lead to chastism in the relationship and it can't be repaired. That lack, everybody thinks when they hear the word investment, it's in regards to money, but you forget that time investment, education investment, and learning how to maintain successful marriages. Why do we think that we don't need any skills when we go into a marriage? What other job do we sign up with without training? None. So you have to have some form of skills in your marriages. Unforgiveness. Again, our inability to forgive our partners in the marriages is one of the reasons why they fail. True forgiveness is when we are able to treat our partners as if the offense never happened. Not showing up for your spouse is another one. So many things can happen in the course of a marriage. Every marriage experiences ups and downs. Right. It's important that we show up in some form of the most difficult experience, whether it's losing a home, death of a child, or a sick parent. So we have to show up for our spouse. Forgetting about the friendship in your marriage. Somehow the terms husband and wife add so much more pressure than we've experienced in our friendships and relationships prior to the marriage that oftentimes, without realizing it, we forget about the friendships that was formed in the dating process and get so far away that after the nuptials, that friendship is forgotten about. Unspoken expectations is important. This is definitely an area that seeps into our ability to communicate, but it's very specific part of the puzzle that is often missed. So we can't have unspoken expectations. Not only do we ignore the opportunity to communicate our expectations, but we also begin to act on those expectations not met. Because we all come from different backgrounds and expect different things and never communicate these things to our partners. Women never let men know how crucial security is to us, and we think men should know to provide and protect, and a lot of men don't know that. And it's rarely discussed in detail. Men are brought up, some men, not all men, some are brought up in single parent homes and don't really have any examples to what security is supposed to be. And we also have family and societal pressure. Oftentimes, our families have thoughts on who we should marry. Women tend to be racing the clock when it comes to getting the husband and the family stated, so they're not marked quote with the scarlet letter of being 30 something and single. And this really needs to stop. You know, it shouldn't matter how old you are when you get married. You know what I'm saying? It's people that marry young and it's people that marry very old. So this one really needs to stop, the bullying as far as putting time limits on people's lives. That lack of self-knowledge is once again important. Like there's a mix of people that never explored what they like or need, and there are others that go with what their family thinks is good for them. These people date who looks good on paper for the family and for a societal image, whether this is to fit in or stand out. It depends on that individual and their life experiences. Now, somebody asked a question like, why don't I think marriages are lasting like they did back in the day? Well, first of all, we wasn't sitting up till 2 in the morning talking to our ex or texting our exes. We wasn't sending X-rated pictures to our friends of the opposite sex. We pretty much kept our problems in the house. I mean, how a lot of y'all gonna see your husband when y'all steady paying attention to your ex? How you gonna see your wife when you steady paying attention to your ex? I mean, make it make sense. Make it make sense, because it doesn't. A lot of this discord and a lot of this is dysfunction. That's like the lady said. she don't see no benefit in being married, but yet you're a 30-year friend with benefit with no actual benefit. So make it make sense, because it doesn't. I mean, we're up till 2 in the morning talking and texting and laughing with our exes, sending X-rated pictures to our friends of the opposite sex. Again, make it make sense, because it doesn't. It really doesn't. Make it make sense. Hello? Yeah, I froze on you guys. I don't know if you heard the last part. Like I said, our marriages aren't lasting, like they did back in the day when our parents got married, because we're too busy watching our exes. We're up till 2 in the morning texting and talking to our exes and whatnot, sending pictures to our friends of the opposite sex. And we wonder why our marriages aren't lasting. That's why. If y'all gonna talk to people about y'all marriages, y'all need to talk to paid and trained professionals who handle that. Somebody that will give you an unbiased opinion, that will tell you the truth about you. Because if they trigger you, that means you need to hire them. Y'all need to stop talking to y'all friends and exes and family members about y'all problems, because I guarantee you, they happy you got those problems. I promise you they are. Y'all need to stop talking to y'all exes about y'all current mate. They're an ex for a reason. Why are you talking to an ex about your current mate? Like he cares. He don't. He just trying to get some ass. He don't care. Same thing with you dudes. She does not care. Stop talking to your ex about your current girlfriend. She don't care. These marriages is a mess. Listen, I know a lot of y'all say there's no benefits to marriage, and listen here. If you are a friend with benefits, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 25 years, 30 years, please shut the fuck up. Because you're friends with benefits all them years with no actual benefits. Because can you go to the bank and say, hey, I was his 30-year friend with benefit, I need $50,000? No, but his wife can. Hey, I was his wife for 30 years. I need $50,000. Sure, right this way, ma'am. I bet your wife could go in there. So what's the benefit and friend with benefits? None, obviously. Go move in and be his friend with benefits. He died, and you in his apartment or his house. I bet you they put your ass out. Go on and tell him you his friend with benefits. I bet you they put your ass out. But if you his wife, we can work with you, man. What do you need from us? They tend to be a little bit more nicer. Y'all better stop playing with these grown ass little boys. Ain't no benefits to marriage. When they start talking like that means he finna waste your time. But then again, some women waste their own time. So I can't always blame it on the men. Some women waste their own time. 30 years, 25 years, 10 years, 15 years, friend with benefits. Girl, where's your mother? Where's your grandmother? As a matter of fact, just line up all the women in your family, because I could slap the shit out of all of them because they ain't teach you nothing. A 30-year friend with benefits. How long that's supposed to last anyway, friends with benefits? Because I know it ain't supposed to go 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. I know it's not supposed to last that long. Somebody please correct me. Or are people just this stupid? Because it's not making sense. Thank you. Black Lives Matter. Yup, black husbands married too. A 30-year friend with benefits. What's the benefit in that? Being a 30-year friend with benefit. Is this something that I missed? Because hell, if they giving out packages with 401k with friend with benefit, hell, I may go sign up for it. Depending on what he look like. But anyway, a 30-year friend with benefit. Lord. Make it make sense. A 30-year friend with benefits. What's the benefits with that? Does anybody know? Is there a benefits package for that being a 30-year friend with benefits? Did they just start giving them friends with benefits with the stimulus packages? Maybe I missed some. I don't know. And y'all just as proud to wear that title. Oh, I've been his friend with benefits for 30 years. Sit your ass down, Miss Midgie. We ain't asked you nothing. A 30-year friend with them. Lord. Now, fellas, never trust a woman that has never left any of her relationships with respect. That means if she ain't show no form of integrity when she ended those relationships, you better run from her ass. Put your track shoes on. Drive off, skateboard. I don't care what you do. You need to get your ass from around her. Well, if you stay with her, then you get what you deserve. Ladies, do not trust a man that has not left any of his relationships with respect. That means any form of integrity. Again, you need to put your track shoes on, skateboard, I don't care, use a scooter, whatever you do. You need to get your ass from around it. Quickly and quietly. Don't ask no questions like, sir, never mind. Y'all better stop playing out here and get this marriage thing together. I mean, the Institute of Family Studies, if you look at those numbers for Black marriages and marriages in general, it's disheartening. It's sad. Like, wow, the numbers are really this low. It's benefits in marriage if you know how to prepare and stop yourself from having to pay alimony. There's so many ways you can not pay alimony. Oh my God. But nobody wants to do the research. Y'all expect everybody to do the research and do it for you for free. You could have saved yourself a whole lot of headaches and heartaches with a little bit of research. How not to pay alimony in your state. But y'all ain't hear that part. Y'all marry people for the wrong reason. Miss you been giving up. That sound about right. That sound about right. A 30-year friend with benefits. No. She went to Hawaii last year. So she been getting some vacation. She trying to level up. She made it to Waikiki for the first time. Yeah, they put that on FaceTime. Act like she ain't, like a nigga never loved her. Yeah. They stayed at the Hampton Inn. That was like the penthouse to her. Ooh, did I say that now? Yes, I did. Y'all gotta stop marrying people for the wrong reasons. And please be careful who y'all have kids with. I don't know how many times I gotta say this and stress this. Who you marry is important, but who you have children with is even that much more important. Because you got some of these parents that's out here leaving their kids in the worst situations possible. So you got to know what kind of mentality is behind that person you're having a child with. Because there's a video going around where a father climbed on top of a car and left his child in front of the car as a dog was running. So you have to know the mentality of people y'all having kids with and who y'all marry. Y'all can't marry everything because it looks good. Everything that glitters ain't gold. You need to see how these people handle pressure. You need to see what these people do when they get angry. You need to see what these people do when they happy. So that way, just in case you got to make a move, you can get from around them and it's a clean break. Y'all better stop playing with these people. Like I said, how y'all gonna see your husband when y'all paying attention to your ex? Then you trying to maintain friendships with exes and you have no children with them. Why? 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 Why did that? So damn well you can't be friends with no damn ex. Now if you guys share children and you have to be cordial with one another, that's one thing. You know, you have to be cordial. You guys got kids, that's one thing. But just to be friends with an ex and then you're confiding in him or her, telling them all the problems of your relationship, and all your ex is doing is praying for a moment of vulnerability so they could fuck. Y'all ain't hear that part. Y'all ain't hearing that. My ex, yeah, all right. It's some of y'all still borrowing money from y'all exes right now. Get Wilma her money back. Get Ray his money back. Yeah, okay. Oh, better stop playing. Still watching your ex. Blocking the hell out your future husband. Blocking the hell out your future wife. Paying attention to your ex. If they were so great, why did the relationship end? Don't worry, I'll wait. Y'all still out here getting married, ducking the pastor. Cause y'all, I don't know. I guess not. Y'all don't trust a lot of these pastors. I get that, but if y'all gonna be in these people churches getting married and stuff like that, why not have the counseling to make sure the two of you are compatible, so you're not wasting each other's time? Because I'll be damned if I'm gonna be married to somebody I hate for 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 years. I gotta wait till you die to get some form of peace. Yeah, all right. Y'all gotta stop wasting y'all own time. When they say stuff like, oh, marriage is just a piece of paper, do not stick around and try to convince them that marriage is a great thing. You need to run from them quickly. Ooh, never mind. What you say, marriage is a piece of paper? Never mind. Listen, we're going to discuss this whole ring thing. Now, if you got an engagement ring and no date, honey, that's not a marriage. You're on layaway. They gave you a ring, you ain't got no date, you're on layaway. That's what I just said. When you got a ring and you got a date, great. This don't include you. But if you got a ring, no date, you're on layaway. So we ain't talking to you, baby. Y'all better stop letting people get away with stuff like that, wasting y'all time. Because let me tell you something. When men say they have a problem with commitment, ask him how long he had his barber, how long he done had his favorite team. The problem is not commitment. The problem is you. He don't want to commit to you. Basically, she on layaway. He gave her a ring and no date. She on layaway. He gave her a shut up ring. That's basically what he did. Because trust me, men do not have a problem with commitment. He done had that same goddamn barber for about 20 years. He done been a Cowboy fan for about, 17? He ain't got no problem with commitment. He got a problem with committing to you. I promise you. It's you. Same thing with women. If she done had that same goddamn hairstylist for 20 damn years, it ain't she got a problem with commitment. She got a problem with committing to you. That's all. Promise you. Y'all gotta stop letting people waste your time. Y'all gotta stop letting people get away with that disrespectful stuff, wasting your time. 5, 10, 15, 25-year girlfriend. You better 25-year damn boyfriend. You better stop letting people waste your time. All them years. Who wanna be a girlfriend that damn long? Shit, you give me a ring, you better have a date to follow that ring in one order. Ring, date, following. You ain't laying me away. Not at all. That is just not happening. That's basically what she is. She on that way. Ladies, are we really buying our own engagement ring? Please say this isn't so. Please tell me I'm wrong. Please tell me we not out here buying our own engagement rings and giving them to dudes to make it look like he bought the ring. Please tell me we're not. Please tell me we are not doing that. Please tell me I'm wrong. We so desperate to have a ring that we'll buy our own ring and give it to the guy to make it look like people. If that ain't some dust bunny behavior, I don't know what is. We just call them dust bunnies. Ladies, do not be so thirsty that you ladies will find yourself stranded in another state at an airport because you went to meet a guy and he blocked your number as you were in the air. Please don't be so thirsty, ladies. Yes, it's a story on Facebook. It's on my Facebook page. A girl flew some miles to meet a guy. As she was in the air, he blocked her number. And she got stranded at the airport with no money, no nothing. Now, at least bring your own money, bring you some cards, that way if things go wrong, you got money to stay at a hotel or something, or you got money to eat until you get back to your home state. And she only knew this guy a week. Y'all, if y'all gonna date people out of state, y'all gotta make sure y'all talk to these people on video chat to see how they live, to see how they handle things. Y'all gotta talk to these people. Y'all literally gotta comb through these people's lives. And then at some point, if you're comfortable, meet up in person. But meet up in the middle, that way you're not going out to their home state for nothing. They're not coming out to your home state for nothing. I mean, long distance relationships can work, but y'all got to be willing to put that work in. Like, don't be so quick and so thirsty to meet with somebody that you want to kill loneliness, because loneliness will jam you up. So don't do anything based on loneliness. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it does. Yeah. Y'all got to get to know these people past a week. Y'all got to ask questions. Do you have any goals? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? What do you like to do for your own personal growth? Y'all got to get to know these people. Like, yeah, everything on picture ain't always good, and it's not always what it seems. So y'all got to check from, yeah, she knew this guy a week. While she was in the air, he blocked her number. My thing is this: if I don't have no money, I'm not going nowhere. If I ain't got a certain amount in my pocket or a certain amount on my card, I'm not moving. I'm not going nowhere blind with no money because I never know. I may not like the sound of your voice, and I may have to end it at date one. Unfortunately, sometimes it's a lot of these relationships that should have ended at date one. But that's a whole nother conversation. Yeah, that does. It does happen to men and women, but y'all gotta stop trying to meet. And then y'all going to these people locations. You don't know what's waiting on you. You know, she could have maybe I look at it as protection because what if she would have got back to this guy's house and he killed her? Or she was raped. You know what I'm saying? So I look at it as protection. You know, she got there, he blocked her number, and nothing happened. She was alive. Because I've heard of situations that happen like that. They go to these people's houses, they end up getting beat up, raped brutally, and all this stuff. So you gotta choose wisely who y'all gonna deal with. Cause, and then you got Corona running around. You don't know who they've been around. You don't know what you bringing back to your family, your coworkers, their family. So you have to be careful nowadays. Like y'all gotta really, really look at people's spirit. You know, y'all gotta look at how they handle life affairs. You gotta look at how they handle pressure. What do they do when they angry? You know, what do they do when they happy? Do they have any hobbies? What do they do? Are they working on self? Do they have a knowledge of self? You know, y'all gotta really, really comb through people's lives with a fine tooth comb. You know, y'all can't sit up here and be like, oh, I like them. They're so cute. I like the way they look. Gotta be more to it than look. Gotta be more to it than how they perform the bed. Gotta be more to it than how great they give head. Y'all gotta look past all that. Y'all do. Y'all gotta stop letting people waste your time. You know, and then you gotta set standards, boundaries, and deal breakers with family members too, because if y'all don't tell grandmom and them not to come over at 5 o'clock, guess what grandmom and them doing every day at 5? They coming to your house, eating up the kids' fruit snacks, eating up all the popcorn, and eating up. I don't know if anybody even still eat the chitlins and hog maws and all that mess. I don't know if anybody still eating them. I could be wrong, but if you don't set standards, boundaries, and deal breakers with family and friends, you'll never have any peace in your relationships and marriages. If y'all have problems with your spouse, y'all need to talk to your spouse, or you and your spouse need to make an educated decision and say, hey, this thing is bigger than the both of us. How about we hire a life coach, a pastor, a rabbi, whatever your, faith tells you to hire, and talk to them. Y'all go talk to your cousin. Y'all go talk to your aunt, your mama. Y'all talk to your best friend, and your best friend can't keep a man. Or your best friend has toxic relationships with men. The ones that don't want her and she chasing behind, and the ones that she don't even want her. Those are double-edged swords. So y'all take advice about relationships and your mate, because let me tell you something. No matter how much you forgive your mate, your family and friends ain't so forgiving. So y'all need to resolve things in the house and talk to your mate. If y'all need to hire people, hire a counselor, hire a life coach, somebody that's trained in that. And don't hire them based on what they look like. Hire them based on their experience, because you're not going to get that right counselor or that life coach the first time. You may go through 2 to 3 different ones to get that right one that fits the both of you. But you have to have one that has an unbiased opinion with the result. You know, she shouldn't be biased to men or biased to women. She should be like, okay, well, look, you was wrong. This is why you was wrong. This is why you was wrong. Okay, it should be a resolution. Now, if it's a situation to where divorce has to happen, then you need to sit down with a mediator. You know what I'm saying? It's so many ways you can prepare and do things like that. You can prepare, but sit down with people that are trained in these areas, because if you talking to cousin Tamika and she done been divorced 2 times, a baby daddy cheated on her with the pool boy, and she ain't did no type of inner work, ain't been to no type of counseling, just sleep with random dudes that she meet on Zeus and Tinder and Bumble and them. Do you really want to take advice from her own relationship? I mean, if you want to know where to buy some cheap lingerie, I guess you could talk to her. But that's not the chick you want to talk to about men or relationships. Talk to her about some lingerie, but don't talk to her about it. Then y'all go and talk to y'all mamas. She's still bitter, broken, and scarred about the divorce with your father. Again, ain't did no inner work, ain't did no type of healing, and you going to mama to go complain about your mate. Y'all need to stop doing that, because there's a lot of people that's happy y'all got them kind of problems. Y'all need to stop doing all that. Like I said, hire trained professionals. Y'all talk to everybody but your spouse, and then by the time it get back to your spouse, shit done got added, done got twisted around, and you like, well, wait a minute, that's not what I said. I said, well, maybe if you wouldn't have told them, you wouldn't need to clear it up. Hello. Y'all talk too much. Y'all tell everybody that ain't got nothing to do with y'all problems. Hell, some of y'all tell the bus driver what's going on with you in your marriage. Y'all be castrating the hell out y'all spouses in y'all relationship. Y'all have no respect for your spouse. Y'all don't. Y'all talk to everybody but y'all spouse. Talk to your mate. Everybody does not need to know what's going on in your house. Talk to your mate. Because when I was married, I don't remember staying up till no 2 in the morning talking to my ex about my husband. I don't remember that. I don't remember sending no nude and sexy pictures to my friends of the opposite sex, because once I got married, I cut off all men friends. Well, when I started dating my ex, I cut off all men friends just out of respect to him. And like he said, I know the nature of men. Ain't no way in hell you gonna be able to be friends with a friend of the opposite sex. Because a friend of the opposite sex doesn't get me. I'm a female. So my best friend is a female. Because we got the same things going on. We're both women. Y'all be disrespecting the hell out y'all relationships. This needs to stop. Because there's some of y'all right now on standby friends with benefits with y'all so-called friends, or y'all reserve relationships with y'all so-called friends. Y'all ain't gonna like that one either. That's okay. We gotta have these uncomfortable conversations. We need them. We need to have them. These conversations are much needed. So y'all gotta start setting standards, boundaries, and deal breakers with these family members, these friends, and stuff like that. Look, if you got to elope because you know family ain't gonna be happy with you, or you know it's gonna be a lot of bad energy, do what you got to do. It's your wedding. Stop letting everybody tell y'all how y'all should marry and what y'all should be doing. Marry who fits you. Sometimes family, friends, and coworkers don't have our best interests at heart. And that's the truth. They don't always have our best interests at heart. They want you to date and marry the mate that's ideal for them. They live their dreams through you. Stop letting them do it. Again, where y'all get married, y'all need to be sitting down with counselors. Y'all need to be sitting down with pastors to fix or repair any problems that y'all have before y'all get married. Listen, if you know you a klepto, please don't go and marry somebody that does not steal and you steal from them and drain their bank account. You need to go on to find you another klepto that steal like you and marry them, and y'all can steal off into the sunset. Don't go out there and marry somebody that don't steal, that don't want to steal, that don't want to commit no crimes. You need to go and find somebody that steals just like you. Get klepto on klepto. Do what you got to do. Y'all marry people that society tells y'all to marry. Y'all marry people that your family tell y'all to marry. Marry who fits you. Like, I'm serious. Marry who fits you. Y'all listen to grandmama and them. Well, yeah, marry him. He's a nice guy. Okay, nice guy don't mean nothing. And it seems like the nice guys always want to be applauded for the most basic things. I'm a nice guy. I have a car. I have a job. I own my home. Sir, you're supposed to have all of that. It's called adulting. You didn't know that? Oh my God, this mess, this mess. One of these days, I got to do a series on the top people not to date, male and female. It's actually on my Facebook page, but I found some more people to not date. I'll do that with y'all one day. It's a whole list of things. So y'all got to comb through these people's lives. Y'all got to stop taking everything for granted and thinking everything is a joke. Y'all got to stop underestimating people. Oh, they're not going to do anything. They're not like that. Oh, yes, they are. Y'all got to start learning who y'all marry. Y'all got to get to know yourself before y'all go in these marriages. You know, y'all got to start doing hobbies, having goals, individual goals for yourself, you know, for your own self growth, your own self esteem, or whatever it is that you're working on. You know, have all that stuff in line before y'all go into these marriages and relationships. So y'all not in these relationships struggling trying to find yourself. Y'all got to change your diet and y'all got to treat yourselves correctly and lovingly. You know, we are our own worst critics and sometimes we're our own worst enemies. You know, be careful who we marry. You know, we got to stop jumping on everything because it looks good to us. It has to look good to us spiritually, mentally, not just physically. For some people, again, they're just like candy apples. They're sweet and shiny on the outside, but rotten to the core on the inside. And I said that last week. So, you know, take your time. Like, stop letting everybody put their timeline on yours. You know, look, if you ain't marry nobody until you was 50, That's fine. We have to put a stamp on finding ourselves first. We have to stop shaming these young girls and these young guys that don't want children. Okay, it's okay for them not to want children. It's okay for them to find themselves in their 20s. You understand what I'm saying? So by the time they hit their 40s, they're not confused or lost. We got to stop making these kids date while they're young. Because I bet you a lot of couples that are divorced been dating since they was young. So what that sound like to me is they didn't get a chance to be a child or a chance to grow up. They was forced into a relationship because of an unplanned pregnancy or just a family tradition of, well, y'all been together a long time, y'all might as well get married. We gotta let these kids live their lives first. And if they don't want to get married or have kids until they 40 and 50, then let them. Let them live their life. Let them travel. Let them work on their education. Let them buy their first home or their first investment property. Let these kids live their lives. Let these kids become young entrepreneurs. We need to stop forcing them, oh, get married, have a baby, go to college, buy a house, buy a car, start a business. No, let these kids find what works for them. Obviously, that didn't work too well for us because our divorce rate wouldn't be so high. Now, would it? Let these kids live their lives. Stop trying to put all that pressure on these children. Let these kids have a life. Stop forcing these kids to be in a relationship from the age of 13, then they married. No, we gotta stop all that. We gotta break up all this dysfunction. It has to stop. This dysfunction must be broke up. It has to be. Like, it has to stop. Y'all gotta start combing through these people's lives. Y'all gotta start doing background checks on these people. Y'all need to start calling psych units to make sure these people didn't come from the psych unit, to make sure they haven't killed anybody or wanted in other states, especially when you have children and disabled family members in the house. Because you don't know what kind of mentality these people have. So you have to check behind them. You got to see past that cute profile on Zeus or Tinder or Bumble, whatever everybody going on. Got to see past all that. Got to see past all that. If they show signs of control, you better run from them. But, you gotta learn how to read profiles. Stop letting everybody come over your house. Stop going to go pick everybody up and drive them to dates. Again, you don't know what you're walking into. Y'all gotta stop making yourselves readily available for these dates. Y'all gotta practice dating safety. Google Voice number. Get you a Google Voice number. Meet them in a public place where there are people and cameras. Do not, under any circumstances, give these people your address. Because if you go on a date with this person and they have your address and you decide to tell them lose your phone number, it'll be easy for them to lose your phone number, but guess what? He or she remembers your address. So you got to make sure you're practicing safe dating. Meet them in a public place where there are people and cameras. Do not go sit in a car with your potential date because you don't know what dangers are waiting for you in that car. Ask for ID if you have to. And then let somebody know where you're going. Because what I do, if I'm meeting somebody on a dating app, 9 times out of 10, I'll text my son, I'll text my best friend, and I'll tell them, hey, I'm meeting such and such at Fogo de Chao in King of Prussia at such and such time. This is what I'll be wearing. This is what he looks like according to his dating profile. Oh, you're welcome, Zach. Let people know where you're going, especially the people that protect you, like your brothers, your cousins, your fathers, your uncles, your homeboy Steves and them. Let people know that protect you where you're going. Do not go back to these people's houses. Don't let them go back to your house. Take your time. Like I told y'all got to move like a zombie while y'all out here dating. 3 months is not enough time to do anything. I'm sorry, a week is not enough time to do anything. And sometimes, in some cases, like a lady was telling me, you could be with somebody for years and not know them completely. So that's why y'all got to comb through these people's lives and make sure y'all, dating safely. Meet them in public places. Again, get you a Google Voice number. Block your IP address, because in case you got to argue with somebody or somebody gets disrespectful on one of these dating apps, you don't want this person to hack your thing and try to come out and meet you somewhere and try to fight you, because there's some crazy people out here. We don't know the mentality of these people that's behind the keyboard. Because you got to remember, a lot of dudes are social, a lot of girls are social, but you got the socially awkward guys that don't do nothing but send penis pictures. Then you got the socially awkward women, if you want to call them socially awkward, that send nudes and send pictures around, send pics of their vagina and all that stuff. So you have to weed all of that out to get to the really good ones, if they're even online. I don't know. But yeah, y'all got to do this carefully. Y'all got to stop basing everything on a vibe. Y'all got to go beyond that vibe. And make sure these people are going to the doctor. Y'all having kids with people, y'all having unprotected sex with people, and y'all don't know what's on the inside of these people. Make sure these people going to the doctors, and make sure they read them results in front of you, so you know exactly what's going on inside of them. And if they ain't been to the doctors, put your track shoes on and run. No questions asked. That one should not be negotiable. Be like, so when was the last time you been to the doctor? Oh, I don't go to the doctors. I don't trust them. You can't even get a basic checkup. It's free in some states. That's what you better do. Run. No questions asked. Run. You don't know what's going on with these people. You don't know if these people got corona. I ain't taking no damn chances. Don't be so quick to just jump on anything, and you don't know what's going on inside them. You don't know what's going on inside their family. They could be weirdos. Have to stay on top of things like that. You got to get you an email that you use at the library. You do that too. So if they call themselves trying to be slick, that damn thing are registered to the public library somewhere. You got to exercise safe dating. Like, you don't want to start involving people in your life and you don't know nothing about them. Make sure you're out. Make sure the person you're dating, you guys are exclusive, because you got a lot of people that will date multiple people and won't say anything. The whole thing about announcing your mate on Facebook, I'm not announcing nobody until a year of exclusive dating. That's just me. That just works for me. And I may not even do it then. I'm just kidding, depending on how I feel about you. So y'all got to do that. Y'all got to take your time. Y'all got to ask questions. Y'all got to look out for things like, how did their last relationship end? How long have they been single? Do they have issues with commitment? Do they have any untreated mental illnesses? How are they managing money? Because you do not want to marry a man or a woman that is a financial disaster. And you can find that out by looking at their public records at City Hall. Y'all got to check behind people. Because a lot of people are financial disasters. They're a money pit. All they do is extract money from you. Y'all run from the money pit. Start planning ahead. Get prenups in place. Start sitting down with accountants, lawyers, financial forensic accountants, and things like that. So that way, as you're building your wealth, you can prepare yourself against things. Figure out ways to not pay alimony. Take custody of your children. Find out are there ways to not pay alimony, because every state is different, but I'm pretty sure it adds up to the same thing. Yep. You sure will. But unfortunately, you have to play by some corporate rules too to protect your assets. In some aspects, it is a business, and you have to treat it as such. But it don't hurt to have them contracts in place, But you miss a lot in life. So you have to, learn how to improve not only your relationship, but if you're in a business for yourself, how to improve self-growth everywhere. You grow in all areas of your life. And then sometimes you have to agree to disagree, because your partner's perception may not be your reality. But you may take some points from it, because you can learn something from anybody. It don't matter what their capacity is in life. You get something from everybody. You have to remain teachable. You do. You have to remain teachable. And stop talking over y'all mates. That is so rude. Let them get their thought expressed before y'all talk over them. Y'all don't let y'all mates express themselves. Y'all just talk over them. Y'all don't listen. And then you be wrong at that. Damn, let your mate talk. Selfish. Let them express their thoughts. Then chime in. It's called active listening for a reason. Y'all be embarrassing y'all mates in public and whatnot. Stop doing that. Embarrassing the kids. Stop doing that. Like, that is so horrible. And talk to people, to people that want to get married. Talk to people that are in healthy marriages. Do not talk to Mr. Tucker and he been in a 30-year marriage and he done had a side chick for 15 and he got about 5 kids. Please don't talk to Mr. Tucker about marriage, okay? Because he's going to tell you the negative aspect of marriage. He ain't nothing positive finna come out his mouth. Please don't talk to Mr. Tucker about marriage, okay? Because I don't think he knows what marriage is. I don't think he knows. Please don't talk to me. Talk to people that are in healthy marriages. Talk to people that can tell you they've been married 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, and they're still in love with each other. They have date nights, and they have individual time by themselves, and they have time that they spend with their friends and their family, and they are the happy. And they will block anything that will make a mess in their marriage. They're not going for it. So talk to people that are in healthy marriage. Do not talk to that cousin that's been divorced since 1979 and she's still mad about Jeff with the money green Acura with the green eyes. That man done been married 4 times, got about 4 kids. He ain't as sexy as he was when she married the dude. Please don't talk to her about marriage or relationships. Please don't talk to her. Because Jeff with the money green Acura and the green eyes done been married. And he probably done forgot all about her because she probably was just one of the girls in the rotation. Again, y'all be mad about nothing. Y'all waste your own time. Y'all do. Y'all waste your own time. Y'all stop wasting our own time. We gotta start choosing better. We gotta start marrying the right people. We gotta stop with the struggle love. We gotta stop with this poverty penis. We really do. We can't do struggle love in 2020. I mean, we got enough stuff going on with the coronavirus, and now we doing struggle love too. We can't do struggle love, and we can't do poverty penis. We can't do it. We can't do it. We got to stop being 30-year friend with benefits, 20-year side chick. Ooh, this level of dust out here, boy. I tell you. Some of y'all ain't gonna like that one. Up at 2 in the morning talking to y'all. Y'all ain't gonna like that one. But that's okay. It needs to be had. It's a conversation that needs to be had. So there's plenty of resources out here, to spice up your relationship and your marriage. Y'all gotta stop being basic and boring. Your mates want excitement. And don't y'all say it. If they want excitement, they better take their ass to an amusement park. Y'all better stop. It is two people in that relationship. Y'all do know that, right? Woo. Y'all gotta tap into them resources. Keep people out your business and keep people out your relationship. I'm letting everybody tell you, only y'all know what's best for your relationship. Because everything ain't for everybody. Again. And be clear about your expectations of the relationship. There's nothing wrong with having standards, boundaries, and deal breakers for your marriages or your relationships. There's nothing we got to get into the habit of having these things. Because if you don't have them, the relationship is all over the place. So, got to have those in place. Yeah. And start exercising more date nights. When you guys have kids, just because you guys have kids, that don't mean it's the end of your marriage. So y'all gotta have couples nights in, couples nights out. Even if it's something as simple as a barbecue in the backyard with a nice bottle of wine, and you done sent the kids to your mom's house. It's little things. It's the little things that mean a whole lot. Y'all get married, y'all forget all about each other. Y'all have kids and forget all about each other. Y'all don't spend no time with each other. Y'all gotta stop that. Gotta find out what your love language is. Yeah, it's this book called The 5 Love Languages. You gotta find out what your love language is. Yeah, I like that analogy too. So we gotta get better with these marriages. If y'all, if you're not used to taking women out, learn how to court women. Learn what fragrances women like. Upgrade yourself. Upgrade your wardrobe. Eat properly, read. You guys can't be asking for the full package and you're an empty envelope. Doesn't work like that. Y'all got to start dating who works for y'all. Stop dating people based on what your family wants, what society wants. Gotta stop doing that. You gotta date who fits you. Stop letting society put all that pressure on you. Because nobody knows what's best for you but you. I don't know what's best for you. You don't know what's best for me. Only I know what's best. No, you don't know what's best for you. Same thing. And it's okay to have individual hobbies away from each other because that's something you should have before a relationship, during a relationship, and after a relationship. You understand what I'm saying? And I want to say something to women who ask themselves that question, am I asking too much? No, baby, you asking the wrong nigga. Fellas, y'all ask that question, am I asking too much? Nah, you asking the wrong woman. That's all. Y'all asking the wrong people. Trust actions over words. If they words ain't matching their actions, gotta get rid of them. Bye-bye. Gotta get rid of them. Gotta say bye-bye. I don't care how cute they is. I don't care how financially set they is. They gotta go. They must go. Like I said, a ring with no date, you on layaway, sweetheart. Yep. I'm serious. That's a layaway. And ladies, please stop letting dudes move in your house and they not contributing to anything. You got your roommate paying your bills and you not doing nothing. My thing is this. If he not working, he don't get no kid. He need to be sitting out there on the porch when you get home from work. Y'all gotta stop letting these dudes move in y'all places, and then when he get mad and y'all break up, he destroying your place. Y'all gotta stop letting dudes get away with that. Y'all do. Like, yo, we gotta stop being so desperate out here for these dudes to the point where they do things like that. Y'all gotta stop catching these planes. I mean, what are y'all, hot and ready pizzas from Little Caesars? Is that what we doing? That's the mentality for 2020? Hot and ready pizzas? Hot and ready like Little Caesars? A week. Y'all gotta stop moving like y'all desperate for these dudes because men can smell desperation on a woman. And they will treat you accordingly. You can't ask for respect and you're not respecting yourself. It doesn't work that way. Gotta respect you first. And the rest will fall in line. Yep. And remember, when y'all marry people, y'all marry their family. So make sure this is a family you can marry into and you'll actually like them. I mean, you can love them. You ain't got to like them because I have my in-laws. I love them. I just don't like them. But, you know, it is what it is. So y'all got to stop letting people get away with that stuff. Y'all got to comb through these people's lives. If you need assistance, y'all got to learn how to read people's dating profiles. Y'all got to learn how to decode the language and what people are saying so you don't waste your own time. Because that reading a dating profile is important. That'll tell you everything you need to know about that person. You know what I'm saying? Because dating is an investment. You know, it's not something that's going to happen overnight. It takes time. Sometimes you may have to pay for the 6-month membership versus the 3 months. You may do better. You know, you may not catch Mrs. Right or Mr. Right on the first attempt. It may take you 10 days. Sometimes you may not catch him online, but you may catch him at the bus stop going to work or coming from the gym. So you just have to position yourself in the right places to do these things. But you got to make sure you done did that inner work too, so you can catch the right mate. Yep. Yeah, that is a good analogy, though. Exactly. A man should not move into a woman's house. They doing it though. I mean, unfortunately, I can't really jump on the men's neck. I gotta say that to the women because they're allowing. Like we gotta stop doing this. You know, ladies, stop letting these dudes drive your car and he ain't even got enough sense to put gas in your car or make repairs on your car. Y'all finding hair weaves in your cars that don't even belong to y'all, but he don't know how they got there. And he was the only one that had your car all day long. Y'all gotta stop sticking around for disrespectful stuff. Y'all gotta stop that. Yeah, they do it. And stop moving into these guys' houses after a week or a month. You don't know nothing about this dude. Stop doing stuff like that, y'all. Y'all don't know these people. Because anybody could fake like they rich. No. Just make sure people are not borrowing other people's lives. That's all I'm saying. You know, figure out what your dating style is and then figure out what your purpose for dating is. Are you dating for the purpose of marriage? Or are you just looking for fun? Because unfortunately, friends with benefits and all that ain't gonna stop. So hopefully y'all not out here being no 5, 10, 15, and 20-year and 35-year friend with benefits. Please tell me I'm not doing it. Maybe I just lucked up and ran into a unicorn in the room. I don't know. Just do your research, everybody. You know, look up the Institute for Marriage and Family Studies. You know, find out why relationships and marriages end so you can remedy that. You know, find out what your love languages is so that way you can be happy in a relationship. Well, first find you. That's the most important part. Find you first before y'all find yourself in a relationship. And please don't bring any more blessings like children into cursed situations. Please don't do this. We gotta stop doing it. Bringing babies into cursed situations or bad situations like you just got pregnant and I'm not with you. We gotta stop bringing them into dysfunction. We need to bring them into two-parent homes. And we really gotta nurture our children's gifts and push them to be successful. We want our kids to get A's and B's. We want our kids to go to, you know, I don't know what every parent wants for their child. I can't say that because every parent wants something different for their child. So I know for mine, I did want them to be successful business owners. You know, things are subject to change. You know, children carve their own path in life, and that's okay. They're growing, they're doing their own thing, but just comb through these people's lives before y'all bring babies into cursed situations. You know, do not waste your own time. We're not gonna be no 30-year friend with benefits. We're not gonna be no 15-year side chick. We're not doing this. Like we gotta unplug from a lot of this behavior and start showing up for our partners. Unplug from social media, unplug from Hollywood because we base our relationship on Hollywood. We think we're supposed to be married and have all these outside attachments and entanglements and whatever. We think this type of stuff is normal, and it's not. To me, Western psychology is the worst thing to ever happen. So yeah, we really got to learn what love is, how to give it, how to receive it. Because a lot of the stuff we learn from Hollywood, we think it's acceptable for our boyfriends to have other women, or we think it's acceptable for a woman to have a husband and a boyfriend and they all live in one house. We got to unplug from that. And some of this music too, because this music ain't helping us either. It's not. It's not helping us at all. Some of that is doing more harm than good. Yeah. But yeah, I agree. Based on Hollywood. We base things on Love and Hip Hop. What's the other one? Black Ink Crew. What's the name of them shows that everybody watched? I think I just named a few of them. Everybody want a relationship like Joe Budden and Sin Santana. Okay. Yeah. Reading, definitely. Reading always helps. It's a whole list of books, either on my Facebook page or one of the other channels. Yeah, we definitely got to unplug from society. Because society tells us where our ideal mate is supposed to look like, act like, and dress like. And we get in that marriage and we're not even happy. We're in this marriage with this fake ass person, this fake ass life, when I really should have married the girl of my dreams or the guy of my dreams. I based it on what family tells me. Sometimes family don't. They do it anyway, unfortunately. Some men are the new women. Men want to be courted now. They want us to take them to dinner and buy them flowers. Yes, some men are the new women, unfortunately. It resonated with me because I wasn't a touchy feeling or affectionate person. I was a you all right person. Instead of saying I love you, I wasn't good with expressing that. I was just you all right? You straight? Okay. So I had to get better with that affection part. Because I said, what if I marry somebody that's affectionate, that's touchy feely? I don't want to be like this, freaking out because you went to try to hug me. So I was trying to get better with that affectionate part. After shutting off that part of me for so long, like I was affectionate with my kids, but I wasn't affectionate with like family members and friends and things like that. So I had to get better with that. So that's why I like that book. And then with me, it wasn't always about affection. I could do something simple as baking something, or I could make something, or I could write a post-it note, or just show some form of appreciation, like saying, hey, I really appreciate you cleaning up the garage for me today. I didn't trip over the rake this time. Little things like that, being appreciative. So that's why that book kind of resonated with me. Well, everybody doesn't take their book seriously, I guess. But I don't know. I guess it depends on the audience, I guess. So, yeah. So we all have to figure out what our love language is. Yours could be writing, poetry. Yours could be blogging, influence, I guess. So, all right. I don't know if I'll be able to give you guys 3 hours tonight. I'm going to wrap it up tonight because I still have schoolwork and stuff I have to catch up on, and I have to cook for my birthday next week. So I have a lot of stuff going on. I love you guys, and I will see you all next week. Good night, all.